time on
Danganronpa.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell?
I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear. Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists. In all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
There's actually one more difference!
Chihiro was a girl?
That's right!
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. He's the only one that knew.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami?
Damn, he's quiet.
He's quiet.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
So that one likes him too.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response? I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
As soon as he started asking me to go with him.
Thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body.
Oh yeah, he was like leading us there.
In the locker room. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Don't you agree?
That's suspicious.
Since nobody searched the locker room, let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
We didn't know yet, allegedly.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
on the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Contradiction, but I could just said. Next one, accidentally called a truth flashback. You know the weak spot, hold down the Y button. You'll memorize the weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you change the truth bullet, it'll disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use those flashback features as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a liar contradiction, you know the truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. There's no time to flashback, well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say, if you don't use a flashback, don't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it. That's a natural reaction for any guy.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first.
I mean, I think that's what it was.
There no time for pointless distraction. What's so strange about...
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay.
Didn't you say that we didn't know it was a girl?
Yeah, I mean, we hadn't discovered the body yet at that point. So I needed to absorb before we found the body and shoot Byakuya's statement.
If you're presented with the opportunity,
That's unnatural! The victim was Chihiro.
No, it's wrong.
I mean, it's right, but you didn't know at that point.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit.
It's the answer.
Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak. What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead, show us.
What's Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. Got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it.
Yeah, she's
Just
been kind of
talked
quiet.
about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? Could it be?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
Oh, I was hitting this.
Chihiro was suspended with. It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously,
No.
somebody else must have.
It's like it took it away on purpose.
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same scissors.
Well, I just noticed this stuff right here. It shows how many things there are for people to say.
Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else.
The white noise, they told me about it and I did it.
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same scissors.
Chihiro, it was some kind of.
That's right. Then there must be some.
Hey, Byakuya,
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously.
Oh my god, this is bad.
hidden away somewhere.
And
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, and I use those same scissors.
But Chihiro, it was some kind of.
That's right. Then there must be some.
Hey, Byakuya,
Where'd you get
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
I think there's a button to slow down, but I forget what it is.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Yeah, that's what we just said. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
Wrong. I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
It's pretty dire.
No, but still,
I want to talk more.
there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that
That someone's dead.
And what, pray pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Everything. Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Kira's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean you guys should really accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. Dude's a liar. There's definitely something off about what he said.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason.
This is bothering him.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? The story suddenly moved to the crime scene. Byakuya had been so confident up till now. Maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Somewhere that's not the girls' locker room?
Makoto, if there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Posters? There was something that was switched.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel.
Big-boobed.
But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys'
Just ignore.
locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about.
Coffee, yeah.
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
It was not the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene
There was blood on the
from
poster
one
and the
locker room
carpet.
to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Oh, Hero has a theory.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Jiro have really gotten to the boys' locker room somehow? You can't just tell us.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah, I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer after all.
Well, that's true that she was.
Would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Well, I guess because it was broken. Alright, so I think it is that then.
Is it really? Could Chihiro really?
She must have hacked. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have.
No, I don't. She used the thing. I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
White Noise was coming for it.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you
Hero's pretty easy going.
Plus, isn't there a regulation?
One of the things I love about him.
Someone else's handbook?
Or the thing.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Or Protag Man.
I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Jiro was killed in the girls' locker room. Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? Still, I don't know what else I can do.
Wait a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say?
She said a thing earlier.
She could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Well, better make it exciting, like she said.
Will meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We ended off with Kyoko in the lead. And when she took us was...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Oh, thoroughly again? Want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
It's not an anatomy class.
Carefully? Like using our hands? No way!
Even he has his limits.
It's best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything. It's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well.
That's his excuse.
I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead
And,
body.
yeah, there's girl CSIs.
Boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Maybe alive?
Oh, stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Crammed together a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular
Was
mystery.
she just messing with us so we touch a dead body? Fondle a dead body.
I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were strained to twilight. Chihiro's lifeless form, her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
Is what?
a boy.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming.
That's why she wanted us to fondle a dead body.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Ben, it's really true?
Chihiro was... Guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Yeah?
Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
I guess she couldn't just tell us because we wouldn't take her word for it.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.